Hey guys, I am Big and Scary. I'm bringing you another StarCraft 2 replay, this time featuring in the top right corner SN+Ares. I'm going to go with Ares, maybe. Ares, our red Protoss, and in the bottom left we have EchO.Todes, our blue Zerg. He is from Team Echo, and he's in Masters. I believe this is on the ladder because we're on Cloud Kingdom, so it's a safe assumption to make that Ares is also in at least Masters, maybe Grandmasters, maybe he's in Diamond. I'm not 100% sure, but either way, it's going to be a good matchup between two individuals with comparable skill level. So there's that, and we've got the, oh, look at that. I was just about to say the typical opening from Ares because I saw the probe heading down, but negative. He throws up the pylon up on the high ground, and is going to be using this area to do the wall off unless he moves down and throws down another pylon. Down here, very typically, you see in a ZVP, a Forge Fast expand. However, Cloud Kingdom is on the smaller side of maps, which makes you a little bit more vulnerable to early pool pressure coming out of Zerg. So it could be that Ares is just being a little bit more defensive, a little bit more passive, a little bit more careful, and hopefully that can pay off some big dividends. It could also be the beginnings of a one-base play, something to do with Stargates, maybe something to do with a high gas count, high tech build, but we'll keep an eye out on the gas to see exactly what sorts of shenanigans Ares can get up to. Speaking of gas, we can see the gas first build coming down from Todes. He's not even making motions like he wants to take an expansion just yet. Throws down the pool immediately after the gas, so he'll be able to get up that speed very, very quickly. And again, this map is so very, very small, and it's very direct from one end to the other, so those Zerglings will be able to pressure Ares very quickly. So I'm betting he's feeling comfortable with the fact that he didn't go for that fast expansion. It will make it so that he needs to do something economically savvy in a short time. He needs to get up that second base so that he can remain competitive, unless he's going for that high-tech build, and I'm beginning to see that it doesn't look like he is. He's got just the one gas. He'll need to get the second gas shortly. If he is going to go for something high-tech, building placement-wise, it's all very, very normal. He's getting that Cybernetics core up. You'd expect for him to be going for some sort of Stargate. He'd need that other gas, and he'd also be throwing down a pylon way over here on the left side because that Overlord is going to be arriving shortly. And with the Cybernetics core not done yet, there's nothing to deny that scouting from the Overlord, as Todes moves his Overlord just right up to that front door. Gas is done, has harvested that 100 gas. We can see that metabolic boost is on the way. No hatchery just yet, so Todes is also playing this very close to the chest. And with the first 4 Zerglings moving out and that Overlord having arrived to see that there is no expansion at all, and seeing that the wall off at the front door is complete, Todes is probably feeling comfortable enough to sit back, relax on his 2 bases, content with the knowledge that Protoss is not moving out to take his zone. This is actually reminding me of a very old style of play, something that we'd see 6, maybe 8 months ago, where Protoss was having a very hard time with the timing of the Forge Fast expand. I mean, Forge Fast expand has actually been around longer than that, and it's so standard. It is pretty surprising to see a matchup where it doesn't take place. There goes the second gas for Ares, so he's going to be working on the higher tech hopefully shortly, because he needs to either secure his natural, which is going to be difficult for him now that the Zerglings and Metabolic Booster is almost finished. Those Zerglings are going to be able to deny this natural pretty much indefinitely unless that wall off gets going, and it's been delayed for such a very long time that even a small amount of Zerglings, and we can see 12 are on the production tab, Ares is going to be in a tight spot to defend this. The first 2 Zerglings arrive on scene. However, the Zealot and Sentry is enough to force it back, but another 12 have just popped out and begin to congeal down here by the natural for Todes. So look for that to be moving out very shortly. The natural has been taken, economically speaking, 21/18. The Harvester count a little bit in the favor of Ares, but with that hatchery done down at the natural, we're going to see that number skyrocket as long as Todes doesn't continue to pour minerals into his harassment. First round of Zerglings going to be arriving at the front door, which has not been shut. Oh, two force fields, not quite enough to actually wall off the Zealots, the Zerglings on the opposite side of that wall off. 2 sentries go down, which is just a massive loss. Even though Warp Gate Tech just now finishes, and he's got the money, he's got to wait just a couple more seconds for the gateway to finish warping into a warp gate, and the other gateway's down the low ground. He only has one. One sentry is done up on the top ground. Looks like this Nexus is going to get canceled, and these Zerglings are going to have to retreat because the Zealot and Force Field wielding sentry are up the top of the ramp. That ramp is pretty much impenetrable. It's totally impenetrable. However, Ares is in a tight spot. It looks like he's going to be transitioning to a 4-gate with 4 more gateways underway. Where are they? Over here at the top right. Good. So it's going to be 5 gateways total. However, the the damage has been done. TODES is going to be feeling very comfortable now. 23 over 23 harvesters. He's going to be able to continually produce drones. He's got another 6 on the way, and he's going to be taking his 3rd, which is ultimately a great plan. He needs to get back on that gas, start getting up roaches, start thinking about what desperation play Ares is going to be making, because that's really what position he's in. He needs to either go air, and he's not going air, he's going a bunch of gateways, or maybe get a robotics facility out with a warp prism, try for some sort of drop play. Regardless of that, both of them will require a high-tech defense, and with the Evo chamber going down, I think TODES is going to be throwing down some spore crawlers shortly, or more likely suiciding in an Overlord. It looks like that Overlord was out of position, so he's going to get forced back. However, the sentries throwing down multitude of force fields. However, none of them proved to be super effective except for the one surrounding that sentry. It goes down. Oh, man. Oh, it was about to go down. Poor Ares. Playing defensive, but just way too cautious. Just too cautious. When he did move out, he didn't have enough money to throw up all the buildings necessary. Really, if you're going to do it that way, you need to throw the pylon up, have more than just one sentry down here, and then as soon as that pylon's done, forge gateway, or forge gateway, whichever. Just to secure that wall. It's really a delicate. Oh, it's very delicate, very hard to do. I like the pylon placement here so that you could actually start on one of the buildings, but I don't think that pylon was started whenever he moved down initially. So Ares, TODES scouted you correctly. He came in, saw that the Nexus wasn't up, knew that if he got a buttload of Zerglings out on the field, he could indefinitely deny that expansion, and knew that it was going to make you pretty desperate, and eventually you're going to have to move out with a subpar force and get surrounded. Only upgrade he researched was the metabolic boost, and that's all that you really need to do in order to have that sort of pressure. TODES was just going to continue to outstretch him, and it was going to be rough. It's going to be rough. Thanks, guys, for watching. If you have a game you want me to cast, you can PM me here or on Reddit. One way or another, I will see you guys later. I am Big and Scary.